We'll start that recording.
Yeah. So welcome everyone. I'm glad you're here. We are going to start out with our wins today. So somebody talk about a win that you've had for the last month.
Let's see, a win that I've had in the last month. So I went up to Illinois and taught 4 different classes and a brunch, but one of the classes, which is in the location that's the the farthest away, there were 27 people there.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a win. So what was your close?
It was everyone except for one person was already an advocate on the team. And what I chose to do was actually a doTERRA wellness lifestyle overview rather than just like an Essential Oils 101 class. I literally took the Live Guide and went through the entire Live Guide.
Nice.
Yep. To really help, bring awareness to some of the additional products and how to use them in the applications for them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that was a huge win.
She did absolutely amazing, and we all loved it. And the one that was not enrolled is now enrolled.
Woo! Thank you, Amanda.
You're welcome.
Very good.
What about you, Debbie? What was your win?
My son got married. I'm free. My kids are married. So he's on a cruise right now. They're on a cruise, having fun. I know that's personal, but I had an old friend enroll from years ago, and she went through our Spoil event. I think it was back in January, and she's got a lot of seasonal issues going on, so this is going to be great for her because I'm going to send her the recording of it. And then I had another one that I've been working with for about 3 years, and the first time I gave him peppermint, he was having the seasonal stuff going on too. He came up to me later, a few hours later, he's like, man, that stuff worked. I got to get that. So I sold him just a bottle because they're friends, you know, and worked with him. He's good friends with our kids, and he's a physical therapist. And so he was up here for the wedding. He was the DJ, and he's asked me, he's like, I got to get some past tense again. So I said, you know what? You just need to get your own membership. He's like, yeah, you're right. So he did. So those were 2 wins after, you know, working with them for a while. And I like the fact that the one was from the Spoil event because, you know, we wonder how well do those work, and we may think that they're not producing enough or as much as we want. And, you know, just keep working with those people and sign them up. So anyway, somebody else.
I guess my win would be that I get to go to convention this year. Last year I didn't get to go. I wound up having to sell my tickets because of this crying baby in the background. But this year it's all official. I got my tickets, I got my airline, and everything's done. So I'm super stoked about that.
That's awesome.
That's so exciting.
I love it. Love it, Anna.
Somebody else is happy about that too, right? They're laughing.
All right. Any other wins, guys?
All right. Well, that's all right. If we don't, let's continue on. So we're going to talk about our specials. Elena. Believe in yourself. Yes, you all are amazing. Anyway, so have a healthy spring season. Our April promotions, 10% off. Who got Tri-Ease? Raise your hand. I did, yes. Got a couple bottles.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Mm-hmm. So that's our 10% off. Then we've got our Breathe essential oil that goes with it. 125 PV order helps get you that reward. And, this is a great opportunity to help others. With the Breathe being free, you can sample that out and it doesn't cost you anything. All things respiratory, great for those that snore. And the idea is put it on before you go to bed. If you snore, just a little bit right on each side of the nose for whoever has that, because what that's going to do is help open up your breathing, your passages in your nose. And there's actually research and scientific evidence that the gases and oxygen that we breathe in help to kill germs. So if you're a mouth breather, try and work on getting that redirected to breathing through your nose. Important for kids too. We wonder, how do they have bronchitis or, respiratory issues? And we may not think that it's because they're not breathing through their mouth, because maybe they're too little and they don't tell us, or they just don't realize it and we don't catch on. So either diffusing Breathe or just, like I say, putting it a little bit on there to help them start breathing through their nose is terrific. And then, for those that really struggle with the seasonal stuff, the Tri-Ease is going to also help open up those passages and get you breathing good. All right. Next one. All right, so into natural wellness. A lot of you know, actually, Helena, we're going to be talking about Dr. Hill's information group on the 15th that's starting.
Yeah, we could throw that in there.
Okay, I'm going to talk about it here then. All right, so most of you probably know that Dr. Hill is doing a wellness group, and there's a whole kit that you can get. And what an opportunity for people to earn 50 free points to get extra products with their order. So sharing with someone in April, you both get the free PV. And that's going to be given on the 4th of, I believe it's the 4th of May. You'll find that in your little bank account, so to speak, doTERRA bank account. So share, because this is really an awesome opportunity to help someone who's struggling with different health goals. All right, next one. So the 50-50. For each new enrollment in April, you receive the 50, like I said, in free product credits and your customer. And that enrollment has to be 100 PV or higher. And this is for new members. Then if you get 3 new members, then you receive, not only do you receive the 150 PV in product credits, you gain exclusive access to the Dr. Hill webinar on women's health. So he's doing some really awesome things this month with doTERRA. And doTERRA is, with the free points, this webinar, and then also the health overview. I didn't see that. Did you all see that message? I didn't see that.
Mm-mm.
All right, next one. Save the date. Oil up. Who all's coming? Have you already saved the date? Yay! Okay, so that is June 2nd, Saturday, June 2nd. So if you're out of town and you can, think about maybe carpooling for the day and coming on over to that. It's, I know that Krista has a lot of things planned. Krista, you're speaking, right? What are
Yes, I am.
What are you sharing?
I am talking about how to basically get to the next level. So if you consider yourself a user, how to continue using, but then also how to share your oils to try and get them for free. And if you consider yourself to be a sharer, moving into being a builder and how you can do that. So it's basically like how to go to the next level.
Right. Okay. And I'm doing yoga. So
Yay!
bring that Bring a mat. It's not going to be a hard, strenuous practice. During the practice, however, you will probably feel it if you're not used to exercise or yoga. But bring a mat. If you don't have a mat, bring a large beach towel or a blanket that you can fold up to have some space. I'm still in the process of putting that together. So it's going to be about opening up, breathing in, and releasing. All right, next one.
Now remember, if you want to go to Save the Date, you need to get on that because tickets are almost sold out.
Yes. Thank you. True. All right. Global Convention. I am so excited about this one. September 19th through the 22nd, Salt Lake City, Utah. Who all's going? Yay!
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I cannot believe that it sold out in 2 days. 2 days, you guys, 2 days.
Crazy. Yep. Awesome.
Wow.
They're going to have, I look for the day that they're going to have to split it, you know, honestly.
I think what's going to end up having to happen is what they did for leadership, where they do one on the West Coast and one on the East Coast.
Yep. That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
So get your teams together, encourage them, because they may, you know, towards as it gets closer, there are some tickets that do come available. It might be rare, you know, or it is rare. But if you can, you know, keep a lookout for that and get your ticket, because it's going to be an awesome dream. I can't wait to see what all they're dreaming of, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be surprised if they came back with like 10,000 more tickets.
Yeah, where are they going to put those people, though?
Where we were last year. In Track A. We were on the other side of the convention center where the product showcase was. And the product showcase.
Oh, right.
They could do that again and open those up. But regardless, if you want to go, let us know, because people sell tickets all the time. People have things come up, events in their life, that they can't go, and that there's always tickets to be got.
I'm pointing at you, Mrs. Flowers.
I can't go this year.
Darn. Next year.
Yes.
So you and your mom have to go.
Yes.
You guys, let me tell you something about this beautiful woman here. I used to teach her how to swim when we were young.
Aww.
Yep, she was my swim coach. Yep.
It's so funny.
You were also my counselor for the Windy Peak retreat in 6th grade.
That's right. Oh my gosh.
Yep. And she had these, like, handed out beads for, like, the activities. And I always wanted to be in Christy's group, and she handed out these pretty pink beads. And those were, like, the popular beads to get. Yep.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, well, next year, you and mom got to come.
Definitely. Yep. Okay.
All right, so oil camp. I know I talk about this all the time, but seriously, oil camp is where it's at. You know, we talk with people, we give them that initial, you know, here's what essential oils are. Then we do our membership overview, and then they get oil camp. So they're learning about their oils 3 different times. They can always join back again in oil camp to keep up to date, or maybe they've missed something, or just to, you know, we gain something each time we watch it. So oil camp, you know, honestly is a must for anyone who starts using essential oils. We've got, oh gosh, the next one is starting April 16th. So a couple weeks. You need to register for that one. Get your, you know, even if you're a older user, you know, if you have people on your team who have been members for a while, don't just pass over them. Encourage them to get into oil camp too, because it's gonna, you know, reignite that usage perhaps, you know. Maybe people who haven't been on LRP, contact them first, you know, because that's going to be somebody that's going to learn about their oils and some recipes and, you know, get them going again. Even if they're ordering 1 oil a month to start, that's a start. So it's a great tool. for learning and encouragement, as well as residual, everything about that. We have Oil Camp 3, which is going to be starting too in the near future. We're hoping somewhere around May, right, Helena? So be looking for that. We are looking for coaches as well for that Oil Camp 3, and that's all about emotions, right? Am I still, they haven't changed it? Okay, so all about emotions. We also have the business camp. So if you've got people that maybe they've been a member for a while, we do have the prerequisite for business camp to go through oil camp. And maybe they think, oh, I know all about my oils. I don't really need that. They still have to kind of go through it. They can be an observer. They don't have to comment all the time and all that. But that way they know what to expect for somebody that they're working with that wants to go through the business camp, or they themselves want to go through business camp. It's 2 weeks. Pretty intense because you're learning a lot through that. The next 4 weeks after that is every other day, but it's mostly you've already got your information. Let's get started on it. Let's get going. Lots of encouragement with that. And really it is about what else is possible. And I know that some of the people that have gone through it on my team, you know, they had that mindset of, well, I've been using my oils for a long time. I need something a little different. Business camp is what they needed to really get them going again. So, all right, next one we've got.
And really quick, that we also are moving that to a different format. We recognize that the Facebook group was a little overwhelming, even for us coaches. So we are coming to a new platform that is going to work more like a class style, and you'll be able to go in through at your own time and get it done without feeling overwhelmed like Facebook was providing. And then we'll still have a Facebook group for communication and connecting.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Well, like, honestly, not everybody's on Facebook, nor do they want to be on Facebook, and I get it. I really do. And so we need to have another way for people to get this amazing information, and I'm happy that we're doing this.
Yes.
Yeah. And the feedback I've gotten is, you know, moms, women between the ages of 20 to 35, you know, who are moms, they're caring for their kids. They don't have time to be on Facebook. They want to be able to go, you know, the distractions of Facebook. They're not going to have Facebook Eradicator, right?
Best tool ever.
Right. So, you know, I'm excited about that too. All right. So ongoing education. Every Wednesday we have something going on. The 1st and the 4th, right? Let me look, make sure. The 1st Wednesday of the month, we've got how to get the most of your membership. The 3rd Wednesday is sharing 101. So they are learning a lot about their membership, how to use it, how to order, how to get the most. Then you've got sharing, you know, maybe they're not sure if they want to share, or maybe there already are sharing, so they get to learn how to do that in just some organic ways with their everyday life, how to do this. Then we've got on the 2nd and 4th our Wellness Wednesdays. The next one coming up is stress management on the 18th.
Before taxes.
Yeah. And then, okay, so how to get the most of your membership is on the 11th. The stress management's on the 18th. Sharing 101's on the 25th. Is that right, Helena?
No, it's stress management is on the 11th, and then cooking on the 25th.
Yeah. Okay. The 4th was how to get the most of your membership tonight. So if you have somebody that wants to know how to use their membership, get them on there tonight. All right. And then we've got Mexican coming up. Let's see. What are you laughing at?
Yummy. We already made some videos for it.
Yeah. We need to make some more. All right. So we have our Monday night Zoom calls with Team Roots. Those are really awesome calls because they talk, they tell all about, on the first one and the second one, they go over the product of the month and the sales and just a little bit more essential oil education. So those are, and then they do open it up to question and answer at the end. So if you've got some questions about those particular items, you can always ask a question at the end. And then business talk is the third and fourth Monday of the month. And, they just introduce different business ideas, how-tos, and encouragement on, how to get your business going or continuing or, you name it. So join us on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then, of course, our Empowered Life series. How many tune into that? I love it. It's pretty good. It's given me lots of terrific ideas. The one coming up is wellness lifestyle. How appropriate, right? That's going to go hand in hand with the Dr. Hill for the month, and that's starting on the 15th. So you can watch this beforehand, get some ideas. You can send this to people and have them learn about it. If you're working with somebody for that enrollment, maybe ask them over and watch it with them and sign them up, or maybe plan a class around that time and, teach your class in a little bit of different way. That's on the 9th and the 10th. And they do have a recording of it that you can usually find afterwards as well if those dates don't work for you. But you have to register for it, right?
Yeah, you do.
Well, and they do post the links on the website.
Yes, they do. So, okay.
All right, guys. So we're going to talk a little bit really quickly about what success looks like. Now you're going to recognize a lot of this stuff from Christy. So what does a doTERRA wellness advocate do every day to be successful? You want to look at following a 20-60-20 rule. 60% of your time is following your pipes. You're preparing, you're inviting, you are presenting, and you are enrolling. You want to focus on those activities every single day, at least 60%, or the time that you put into your business, 60% of the time is focused on that. 20% is going to be on personal and professional development, and then 20% will be on supporting your customers and your team. So use those empowered success planners. In the beginning, we heard Christy talk about her win of teaching an amazing class to already enrolled wellness advocates, utilizing the Living Guide. These are incredible tools that doTERRA is providing us that is going to work in any way that you present this business and do this business. Make sure that you are giving yourself that daily personal development. Make sure that you are making 2 new contacts a day, and you are following up with 2 new contacts a day. And you're also following up with 2 customers. And have that goal set. So if you reach out to 4 new contacts and find 4 new contacts and you follow up with 4 customers, you are doing fantastic. But if that's the day that you only do 1, that's okay too, because you have that goal of 2. So you're going to have a good scale to go outrageous, and then a good target, and then, something that a target that's going to continue propelling you forward. You want to have a plan and know what you're going to be doing. What needs to be done in your business? Do you need to make samples? Do you need to gather your samples together with your business card? Do you need to have a system in your purse? Do you need to follow up with people? Have a running list that you can check mark. How good does it feel a week ago? Check. That's done. And it also is going to prepare you so when you come to doing your business, when you're sitting down and you're intentionally working your business, you know what to do. You're not sitting there going, okay, I'm going to scroll on Facebook and finding, because we all find ourselves doing that. But if you have that list, you have that drive. Have classes scheduled. We can't expect new builders to be doing classes and meeting with contacts and doing one-on-ones. We're not doing them ourselves. So make sure that you always have classes scheduled. So you can come over here. Oh, I don't have it there. I had a schedule. No, that's not it. Okay, always have a schedule of upcoming classes. So that way when people go, ooh, that's not good for me. Is there anything else? You are always prepared. And set up appointments. Sometimes classes aren't always going to work for people, so you want to be able to meet them where it's convenient for them. Coffee shop, play date at the park, at their house for lunch. Maybe it's just a lunch meal that you go and meet at. So you always want to be working on these topics to be successful. All right, so we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of today's business meeting. And we asked what you guys wanted to know more about, and that was how to ask direct questions, right? And what do we feel like when we're asking direct questions? So I want to let you guys know that I've been going through the Emerge sales training. So a lot of what I'm going to be talking about does come from that. And for me, it's been extremely successful. So I'm excited to bring this technique to you guys. So I want some participation. What is the number one problem that we have when we're talking to new people? We're at the park and somebody asks us, what do you do? Or you're at a family gathering. Huh?
That's a major problem. People don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Fear.
Fear. Anything else? Don't know what to say. Fear. Huh?
Go ahead.
What was that? I was just repeating what we had so far.
Oh, rejection.
Rejection. So that would kind of fall into fear.
Mm-hmm.
What about saying too much?
Yeah. Grow up.
Yep.
I teach people about essential oils, and this company is great, and they have this amazing foundation that brings water to people in school and clinics, right? And there's an oil for this, and there's an oil for that, and there's an oil for that. So we don't know what to say. We either don't know what to say, we say too much, or there's too much fear that we stutter. So a lot of that stems from not wanting to be that guy, not wanting to sell a product or be salesy, right? Does everybody kind of agree with that?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to break this to you, everybody. We are in sales. We are salespeople. But we need to remember, who benefits more from buying a kit? Our customers do, right? Okay, so we might make 20 bucks, woohoo! But they are getting all of this natural wellness empowerment delivered into their homes. They're the ones that benefit more. So we really have to change our mindset on, I don't want to be salesy, to I want them to embrace this change. I want this for them. I want to help them. All right. So one thing that we have to remember in this and helping change our mindset is we are not independent product consultants. What are we? The day they changed this was like the best day ever. We are wellness advocates. How much more powerful is that? So think of that when you're working on changing that mindset. So I don't know if this is going too far. All right, that went too far, but that's okay. So when somebody asks you, what do you do? What's your answer? Does anybody have that short and sweet, ready to go answer?
Yep.
Hey, Christy, what do you do?
I teach people how to live a more natural lifestyle that they design. Have you heard of essential oils?
Perfect. But you know what?
Or a more empowered lifestyle, or let's see, I teach, oh man, see, there's so many different things that I say. It just kind of like, it kind of depends on who I'm talking to, but also, you know, I've been saying this for 5 years now. So, I empower people to take a more natural approach to their healthcare and their home care. Are you open to natural solutions? I empower women to live a life that they design through, oh my gosh. I mean, like, what do you say, Helena?
So you were totally just hitting the nail on the head here with it. I say, I work with families who are looking to use natural solutions in the home.
Love it.
Simple. Now, the point of it is, that's all you want is something simple. And you want something in your own words. Going back to that 60-20-20 rule, right? Most of the people we talk to, we're going to tell them that one line of what you do. And then there's always going to be a situation if you talk to the 20%, you know, of what you would say. But I challenge all of you to find yourself a script. And the most important part of it is when you have that line, those 2 sentences, you stop. That's it. Because the reason we feel salesy is because we are trying to sell in inappropriate situations. So come up with what you do, right? In my notes, I put, I work with families who are looking to use natural solutions in the home. I'm an essential oil educator. I'm a wellness advocate with doTERRA Essential Oils. I work with families to help them live a more natural lifestyle. Whatever calls to you, and then stop. That's it. Because that is all that you want from that conversation. You want to take the rest of that conversation to a different time and space. We want to honor where we are in our relationships and building our relationships. So if you meet somebody at the park, let them know what you do and then bring the rest of it to another space so you can build that relationship. We are in the relationship business. So how do you do that? I'm going to teach you guys quickly the usually approach. So you said, you know, what I do is I work with families looking to use natural solutions in the home. Oh, wow, that's awesome. So what I usually do is set up an appointment where we go over some of your wellness concerns and goals, a little bit about the company, the top products, and the most popular kits. You don't have to buy anything, but if there's something that you want, I can help you with that. How does that sound? Is that something that you'd be open to?
I'm like, yeah, okay.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Does it feel salesy?
No.
Do we feel like we're not pushing our friends and family? Because
that was beautiful. I literally was like interested.
You know, and I think that's what sold me on all of this knowledge was like, because I'm sitting there going, yeah, I want to know more. Well, I was listening to it, right? And more people, you're taking that concern. What's the number one thing that's stopping people from talking to us? When they see that we post on Facebook, ooh, got my essential oils in my water today. Oh gosh, here we go. Here's another one. No, I don't want your makeup. I don't want your leggings. I don't want your jewelry. I don't want your clothes. And I don't want your essential oils. Because that's so much of what people do. Yeah. But we're letting them know right off the bat, You don't have to buy anything. But if there's something that you want, I'll help you with that. How does that sound? Does that sound good to you? Would you be interested? So what if we start that conversation in the grocery store or a social outing? So,
That is so perfect. Honestly, I think what people need to do is to write that down or to just copy and paste it, print it out, something like that, and put it on your mirror. And then say it to yourself in the mirror over and over and over and over again until you're looking at yourself and you're like, okay, that's real.
mhm.
Yes.
So it's just like ingrained in your brain.
Exactly. And that's exactly what it is. Write it out for yourself, use your own words, but follow that outline. Usually what I do, so you've got your intro, hi, this is what I do, and then you stop. What I usually do is set up an appointment where we go over some of your wellness concerns, because what do people love to talk about?
Themselves.
So to go over your wellness goals or health goals, a little bit about the company, right? Because I know I can talk for 4 hours about how amazing Emily Wright is, but does anybody care?
Not until they know her.
Yeah. Right?
Right? So you only give them a little bit. What they want, the only thing that they want to know, right? We talked about earlier about we're walking them through learning about things 3 different times. We teach them about the oils. We do a wellness overview, and we take them into oil camp. We take 3 times to talk about the oils because we know it's a lot of information. So take everything else into that same consideration. Just give them enough that they can digest. So go over a little bit about the company, the top products, and the most popular kits. Don't have to buy anything, but if there's something you want, I can help you get that. All right, so I will post that also for you guys so you can work on that. So when you are in a grocery store or a social outing, how do you get to that point? And Christy said it before, are you open to natural solutions?
Yeah, natural forms of healthcare, natural solutions.
Is your family's health important to you?
Right.
Are natural solutions important to you? Right, we're not just going to walk up to the lady on aisle 5 looking at tomato sauce and go, hey, usually what I do is set up an appointment. But their kid is coughing or crying, and you have that opportunity to give them a sample. And then you go into, are you open to natural solutions? Nobody wants to be closed off, right?
Yeah.
Are natural solutions important to you and your family? Right? Those are things that people are going to go, yeah. And that brings you into that usually approach. So the other thing is when we get going, we teach a class and we book classes from that. How do we get our hostesses to follow a similar approach? To invite their friends and family without feeling salesy or pushy? And how many people have been invited to a purse party or a jewelry party and you know you have to buy something, right? How do we teach our hostesses this approach without having them feel salesy? So you want to teach them to ask those direct questions as well. So give them that approach. Let them know that there's only a 20% show rate at classes traditionally. So you don't want them to go, oh, I'm going to have 10 people come. They invite 10 people and 2 show up. Right? How does that feel for them? So give them that information up front. Hey, if you want a class of 10, I want you to invite 30 people. I know that sounds like a lot, but typically only 20% show up. Things come up, they don't want to come. So I just want you to know that ahead of time. So give them the script of, hey, Christy, my friend is going to go over, or I'd love to invite you to this essential oil class. My friend is going to go over our wellness health goals, a little bit about the company and the top products. You don't have to buy anything, but if you see stuff that you want, she's going to help us get it. Is there any goals that you want me to send to her beforehand? How much more comfortable do you think our hostesses will be with that?
Very much. That's excellent.
Awesome. Yeah. So when we meet with people, what are some places that we struggle with asking direct questions?
Say that again.
So when we're meeting with people, whether it's a class or in the grocery store or at a one-on-one, what are some of the places that you might struggle asking the direct question? Would you like to host a class, or would you like to buy?
I would say when there's limited time, right? When you only have a short period of time with someone, whether that's in line at the grocery store, whether that is like at the end of your workout class and everyone's getting ready to go home, or at the beginning, or at the end of your kids' practice, or something like that, when there's a short period of time.
So do you think that the usually approach, taking that to a different place, is effective?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And it makes it easier in those times that are a little bit more challenging, right? When you already have what you are going to say in your head because you've rehearsed it 7,000 times in the mirror, and you know, and it's very comfortable, and it's inviting them to meet with you outside of that. Like, I mean, I just had this happen this morning when I got done with my Orange Theory class. Well, first of all, I didn't see this girl for a while, and I've been going to classes with her for 6 months to a year. And so she's like, I haven't seen you in a while, and gave me a hug, and she's like, oh, you smell holistic. Because I had Console on, and Console lasts forever. And I was like, well, yeah, that's what I do. And she's like, gave me this. I was like, well, yeah, I'm a holistic health coach and a life coach, and I teach people about doTERRA. And she's like, about what? I was like,
wow.
Really? Yep. And so I was like, well, I'll talk to you at the end of class. And at the end of class, obviously, everyone is very tired, ready to go home, and just done. And so I wrote down my name and number on a piece of paper, and was just like, here's my number. Let's get lunch. We'll sit down. We'll talk about what all of this is and stuff. And she's like, oh yeah, my daughter's ear infection, this. And I was like, okay. So that short period of time where you're like, you don't want to be keeping them, and you can see that they're kind of like, okay, like ready to go. So that's perfect, Helena. I love it.
Awesome. So another place that we might struggle asking direct questions is when we meet with people, right? Or at a class. Who's stood up at the front of a class, taught a class, and went, okay, so if you want to buy something, here are the flyers. I've done it.
Yeah.
Right? You stand there and you're at the end of the class and you're like, I don't want to sit here and ask for people to buy things now. Right?
Yeah.
Because we are so focused on, it's not a party, it's a class, right?
Right. Hate that. It's not a party. Like, I love parties. Don't get me wrong. I think we all know that, most of us.
But who doesn't?
Right. Who doesn't?
But
I'm sorry, when we're talking about your health, it's no longer a party.
It could be once they are on board.
Like,
yeah.
This is convention, right? But I think of parties as something so different, not related to improving your health. Now, an event, a class, a seminar, something like that, absolutely, that encourages like a learning environment. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So when we are honoring our relationships with people and taking the conversation to a different space, and we focus on, yes, we're salespeople, but it helps them more than it helps us, that we are truly and deeply caring about them, and we continue that on. So we focus from caring, and we're taking notes. how much different is it for somebody to go, sit here and go, so what are your wellness concerns? And write it down. How much better does that feel than, okay, so this is Aroma Touch, and it's really good when you sleep on your neck funky and it hurts, and you're on a meeting. But we're sitting here going, Christy, what are some of your wellness goals? What else?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Tell me more.
Yeah, I like that. What else? Mm-hmm.
And then when we ask them, how does that sound? You know, we're asking them. So I meet with people at a meeting. This is what we're going to talk about. You don't have to buy anything. How does that sound? Right? Yeah. We're asking them and not just saying, this is what we're going to do. Is that good for you? Does that work for you? And always asking what else. So what I've learned through this training and what some of our amazing leaders do is they have scripts. They have scripts and they write it out and they keep it together in a binder or a folder. And that's what they use. When they call people on the phone, when they follow up with contacts, when they call customers, when they call builders, there's a script of what to say. We all need that. And that's definitely a key habit to success in knowing what to say and being confident and serving our purpose of bringing these oils into the home. All right, guys. So for the last couple minutes, I'm going to hit really quick on the follow-up, which just went away. So the fortune is in the follow-up, right? We know all of this. So if we're meeting with people and we're asking those direct questions and it just does not work for them, we have to follow up, right? Sometimes it takes 8 touches typically, right? Somebody goes, oh, I'm super interested and you can't book that date. Got to keep reaching out to them. Right. And we have to follow up with our current customers and with our builders. So the fortune is in the follow-up. You want to track your contacts. So we're always asking you to make a 100 names list, and the deep-rooted reason, when you are getting going and you are started and you do have an amazing team and you realize that there's so many people to manage, you want a system in place. So the spreadsheet that's available in Business Cam, right? If that's something that you want, we are more than happy to hand that over to you and give you a link to it. It's an amazing resource that's going to track everybody. So when you've got your contacts, right? You met Sally in the grocery store and you followed up with her once, it's there. So you could see, who do I need to follow up with next? Who do I need to touch? This person's got a class. I'm sorry?
It's inevitable that we forget about somebody. But if we have that list, we can always reflect back on it and go, oh yeah, like that was 2 months ago. Whoops.
I am notorious for that. And also, you want to know what else I'm notorious? You guys are going to die. This is about half of them.
Oh, yes. Oh, I have them too.
These are prospects. All of them. They're just sitting on my desk. Yep. And it's nice, pretty stack.
Put them on our spreadsheet, right?
Well, let me share something. So throughout the 4.5, 5 years that I've had my business, I feel like I've used just about every follow-up method that there is. I used the 100 names list. I used a notebook. I used an Excel spreadsheet. I used a printed out Excel spreadsheet. I used a spreadsheet in the cloud. All of them I had trouble with until I found what I'm using now. Can I share that?
Yeah. I would love for you to, because it's totally on my notes and I was hoping you would.
Okay, so can I share my screen?
Yeah.
Look at that Brady face. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, welcome to Teamzy. Okay, so Teamzy is a CRM system, customer relationship management system. I had used another one years ago called Insightly. Insightly basically is a project management system that it's not meant for direct sales or anything like that. I basically used it. I treated each new person as I met as a project, and I went down the thing. But what I found is that I was updating Insightly way more than I was actually doing work, so I stopped using it. So fast forward to the realization about 2 months ago that I had all these leads that I wasn't following up on, people were dropping out of my brain because life, and I was forgetting to follow up with them. And I talk over and over and over and over again about how the fortune is in the follow-up, but I wasn't really heeding my own advice until I found Teamzy. So
you're like doing an ad here. I love it.
Dude, I know. I wish that Teamzy had an affiliate program because I'd probably be getting my Teamzy for free. But there is no affiliate program, so I'm just telling you because I care. So this I found, and it's meant for direct salespeople. And it not only that, but it is specifically made for each individual company. So there is a whole Teamzy that's set up specifically for doTERRA. And what I really like about Teamzy that's different from other customer relationship management systems is that Teamzy is actually focused on the relationship. Because people are so inundated with advertisements and marketing that they really want to buy from somebody that they trust. And we are trying to be the trusted, our friends, family, and acquaintances, trusted advisor. So when they think about health, they think about natural solutions. They think about somebody who is genuine and has a big heart and is trustful. They think about you. And so I'm going to kind of go over Teamzy just a little bit so you can see how it works. So in the very beginning, there's a 30-day trial. Okay, so you'll upload your current team in there, and there's videos that show you how to do it, so don't even worry. And then, did you know actually you can download an entire copy of your Facebook? Wild, I know. But that then allows you to put all of your Facebook friends into your Teamzy. Okay, so in the beginning, it asks you for an income goal. So I put my income goal in there, and then it spits out what I have to do each day to achieve that goal. It doesn't know how much money I'm making already, but you can put that in there as time goes on. So, so I put all the people in there because this is what happened originally. I was like, okay, I am going to make sure that everybody who is elite and above gets contacted once a month from me. This is my list.
Oh,
Nice.
How do you pick? How do you pick out of a list this big on who to talk to and when to call what? Okay, so Teamzy, on the other hand, says that I have to connect with 3 advocates a day. I have to connect with 5 customers a day, and I have to connect with 7 prospects a day in order to make $130,000 a year. Okay, so it tells me who to contact. So for example, in my prospects, okay, and I'm still doing some of this, Jacqueline Gates is not a prospect. She actually is a leader. Okay, I think
she's on the call with us.
Yeah, but when you put over, when you bring in your Facebook and your doTERRA, obviously it overlaps because all the prospects are your Facebook people. So you just have to go in and delete them. Okay, so there's not 2 accounts for people. So like, for example, we'll just skip that one for now. So here's this guy, Jason Abbott. Okay, I used to work with Jason a long time ago. Haven't talked to him in years. So how am I going to connect with this person? Okay. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay. So what I can do is I can click on his little card so it brings up stuff about him. All right. Here's a star rating. If I gave Jason 5 stars, it means I want Teamzy to tell me to contact him every 30 days. That's a hot person. That's somebody that you want to stay on. This is too much. So then if I gave him 4 stars, then it's every 60 days the Teamsy's going to tell me to contact him. 3 stars is every 120 days or every 90 days, and 2 is every 120. 1 star is never contact. Okay, so all of my prospects I have set at 3 stars. So I pretty much want to contact every person every 3 months to stay up on their radar. So I'm like, okay, he's under prospect. So let's see, I want to connect with him. I'll connect with him via Facebook message because I don't know any other way to contact him. And what am I going to say to this person? It's been 5+ years since I've talked to him. Oh, I'll just click on the scripts.
I want You know I've been talking about this, Debbie.
Yeah, no, I actually got on there and signed up. I haven't done it. I haven't had time to do anything with it yet.
Oh, it's spectacular. So there's already scripts in here that are, here's one. Hi, Mary. I'm a doTERRA advocate. I'm working with Josie, whoever that is. She mentioned you might be interested in learning more about our essential oils. It's been a pleasure for Josie, and I'd be delighted to help you too. That one's already in here. So because it's already focused on doTERRA, there's all kinds of stuff in here. You can also remove the filters and make your own, right? Like here's one that I sent to this girl about, she ordered BOGOs and I want to offer her support.
Nice.
There you go. Hey, this is a big one. Never talked to them before, right? Because I do have Facebook friends that I've never talked to before, right? We're friends of friends. We like the same thing. We, whatever it is. You came across my Facebook the other day and I didn't immediately recognize you. So I checked out your profile and wanted to say hi. I think we add each other because we both like, which means we are both probably on the same page about a lot of things or whatever you want to say.
So this was already in here.
Yeah, this is the one I put in here.
Nice.
So you can also take ones that you have already done and just put them in here. So you can connect your email and send an email that way. But the only thing that I wish was different about this system, and there's nothing you can do about it, okay? But if I had a wish, my wish would be that I could text message from Teamzy, because you can't do that, because it can't do that, obviously. And then I wish that I could also Facebook message from Teamzy. But again, Facebook doesn't allow any sort of third-party connection to Messenger. So that's just how it is.
Wait,
so what you do, what?
Say that again?
So you can't see how I'm logging a connect of Facebook message.
Yeah.
Okay. If I hit log connect, it's not going to send this Facebook message from Teamzy. Because Facebook Messenger doesn't allow third-party applications like Teamzy or any other application to integrate with Facebook Messenger. So what I do is I would just copy what I'm putting in here and then go over to my Facebook and then send it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So what Teamzy does is they focus on a power hour. So what they want to do is have you focus for 1 hour, head down. And so it tells me, because I've been on vacation for about a week, I'm behind on my follow-ups. I have 13 follow-ups to do. Now, would I have remembered that I need to check on Matt Aaron and make sure that he's going to come to the product training and check on Laura and see how she's doing building? What about Jen? I talked to her about getting lunch. Would I have remembered that? How about Nancy? I checked in on her. What about No, my brain's too full. But I have it in here. And now it picks. Okay, so my advocates to contact today is going to be Jill, Brooke, Lauren, Emily, and Amanda. And my customers, Sierra, Amy, Trish, Michelle, and Teresa. So it already picks instead of me being like, which one of these 17 million people am I going to contact today? So after the 30-day trial goes away, it's $1 a day. That's it. So you're spending $1 in your power hour that you are head down, you are sending out information, you're connecting with people, you're following up with them. So it's 1 hour that you dedicate to a day to Teamzy. And that's it.
Can I say something?
Please.
It's actually giving you even more than that 1 hour, because looking at your list and taking the time to choose who you think you should contact, and then you contact them, and then you go to the next one and okay, who's my next one? How much time is it taking to do that? That you're just boom, gone. So that power hour is actually a true power hour.
You're so right. You know, and the other thing is that, you know, like, here are my other activities. So I'm supposed to invite 3 people, some sort of invite for coffee, invite to come to a class, invite to do a business overview, something like that, and then 3 people to add. So so the system says if I want to make $130,000 a year, it doesn't know how much I already make, right? That I'm going to have to add 3 new people. So it's saying to do that, I need to talk to 3 new people each day. Well, my situation's a little bit different, so I have them to add, but some of these are like years old, you know, so we'll see. But then I also want to show you guys something else. So on the dailies, it suggests that you use 3 products, that you make a social post, you do personal development and exercise.
Nice.
Okay. And here is something very, very important, my why. So the second thing that you do in this system after putting in what your income goal is that you give a detailed why. So my why, which sits down here in the bottom left corner, every moment I'm in here says, my why is to create a life where I'm financially free and time free to travel the world, support causes I believe in, teach the world about health, to end suffering and help others feel empowered with their health care, and begin proactive versus reactive behaviors. That's it. So every single time I'm like, gosh, you know, it's right there. It's right there.
Which, how much of this goes back into what we talked about earlier about what success looks like?
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
how much more effective are we going to be when we know what we're doing at every single moment?
Yeah.
All right, guys, before we get off, a few more tips. Utilize this. Hey, Siri, remind me to follow up. And guess what?
Okay. Your reminders.
See how amazing it works?
Even through Zoom, Siri starts talking.
Utilize the tools that you've got with technology to go, I need to do this. And your phone's going to say, hey, remember to do this. So when do we follow up? A new contact, follow up within 24 to 36 hours. Appointments. If they are before 2 p.m., follow up the day before. If they're after 2 p.m., follow up the morning of. Enrollments, 3 to 5 days after enrollment. Wait, but they don't have their oils yet. Yes, but they are super excited. How many people get their oils and go, okay, got it, and go shoot? Get them while they're excited. Teach them about the oils again. You can bring your own oils. Hostesses, 48 to 24 hours after booking. 1 week prior to the class if it's 2 weeks in advance. 3 days prior if it's 1 week advance. And then, of course, the day before. And then a day of, give them a text in the morning. New members, after their first LRP ships, sit down with them, set up an appointment. Make sure that they enjoyed everything, you know, at that wellness lifestyle overview, membership overview, whatever we're calling it these days, whatever you call yours. We help them set up a wish list and get those products. So we want to make sure that everything went smoothly, that they're enjoying and they're using their products. But this is also going to be an opportunity to book a class from them or have a business overview, right? We talked about earlier, respecting that space and the relationships with people and taking the conversation to a different space and location. Do the same thing with booking or having a business overview. We don't want to ask them to do the business and host classes and for referrals and all of this right up front. Honor those relationships. So meet with them after that first LRP to open up into booking a class or having a business overview. Current members, like Christy was talking about using Teamsy, 3 months is a good time to go, depending on where they are. If we're not running appreciations or events or community groups. And then old contacts, definitely 2 to 3 times a year if you have that stack, right? 2 to 3 times a year is a good number.
Absolutely.
All right. Awesome, guys. So does anybody have any questions before we get off?
I do. Christy,
Yes.
on the Teamsy, can you put people into groups? Like, you've got people across the states. I've got people, we all probably do. Can we put them in different regions or states?
Yep. So what I do over here under team is you can add different tags. So I'm still going through all of this because obviously there's a lot, you know, but for example, like some of my tags, like here's Brooke. So all the people who are under Brooke, I put a tag on them. So the ones I've done so far, this is obviously not all of them, but this is the ones I've got so far. But let's say that they live in Illinois, right? And I want to see a list of all the people who live in Illinois, which is like 40% of my business. So Illinois. So this is who I have so far for Illinois. Or let's say, you know, I want to find the people who are on my level 1. So I created a tag with my level 1.
Wow, so you actually do all those new tags, or if you put all of these in there?
Yes, I do. So when the system, I'm not going out of my way to make sure that I go through the whole system before I'm using it. I'm literally updating it as they come to me. So like I even have it broken down by states, you know, so like I write Illinois. Okay, so here's Maryland, New Hampshire. Oh, also if you're a silver, right, what your rank is, like for, you know, silver and above, I put them in here. If they're like, you know, gold, here we go. Right? If they're underneath Genevieve, who's one of my major qualifiers, right here, or Brooke. So I just put a whole bunch of different tags in there so I can find everybody. Like here's another one, upgrade. So all these people need to upgrade their account to Wellness Advocate. Not need to, but I'm going to request that they do, because then it helps me get their helps me help them get their oils for free. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So that way I can just quick look just by clicking on this tag. Oh, hey, okay, here's the people that I need to upgrade.
Mm-hmm. And then over there on the right, I see how you have them, the different ones for Mackenzie, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Florida, level 1, PE, upgrade, wholesale. So you've got all those tags right there on her. So boom.
Exactly. So I know she lives in Florida. She's my PE personal enrollment on my level 1. She needs an upgrade and she's a wholesale customer. So
Right.
here's the other thing. Okay. When you import your contacts from doTERRA, there's a video that will tell you exactly how to do it. It's super easy. It's just go to mailing labels and it downloads a .csv, which is a comma separated value file. I know it sounds kind of confusing, but it's really not. But you can put what information from that file goes in. So I'll show you something else that's really cool. Is under notes. Look at all this information that's here under notes.
Yeah.
So their member number, their enrollment date, who their sponsor and enroller is. So you can see they're on my first level because guess who forgot to move them, right? And their last order date. So you can see she is like basically inactive at this point. Right? So she hasn't ordered in a while. So this is why she has 4 stars, because I don't want to contact her every 30 days because that would be very weird, right? Like I wouldn't normally contact her every 30 days, but I put her as every 60 days so I can stay up on her.
Right.
And I can look at my activity feed. So my connects, right? So on March 23rd, I said that on the 19th, I had an upgrade combo with her. She wasn't interested in making money. But on the 23rd, I put, you know, today, hey girl, happy Friday. Just want to pop in and say hi, check on you and see how you're doing.
Relationship.
Now, I did not go back in and write and put in there what she said back to me. That's not the point. The point is not for you to have a documented list of the conversation. That's way too much time. Now we're going back into what I was talking about before with Insightly, right? Where you're just constantly, that's not what it's about. You're just logging a connect. That's it.
It's amazing.
Hey, listen, it is the best. It's less than the fancy coffee you bought today. You know, like
I didn't though. Whole 30.
Yeah. The notion. Oh, absolutely. I mean, like the notion that $30 a month is too much for you to spend on your business is malarkey. I'm sorry. It's an excuse for not taking action.
At what point would you suggest getting this? Because obviously, like right now, I only have even with 2. Okay.
Yep. Do that now because you will get into the habit of it and it will really help you stay on course each day. So your power hour may not be an hour.
Yeah.
Right? It may be a power 15 minutes, but now you're connecting with all of these people and you have an idea on what to say and you're really building and fostering those relationships because you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Facebook friends, right? That you haven't talked to in so long. That you can start rekindling those relationships. And then when they think to themselves, oh, my kid has an ear infection. Oh, my dad has depression. Oh, I just got diagnosed with lupus or whatever. I just made all that up, obviously. Right. But, you know, like now they're going to be thinking about you because you're fresh in their mind. Whereas before, they'd be like, oh, okay, well, my neighbor Sally Sue's mom's grandma does doTERRA.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's all about that relationship and getting into that mindset now. So even if you have a smaller team or you're brand new like you, Sarah, I still would recommend the $1 a day to do it. Plus, now you're investing in yourself.
Right.
And it's really hard to let yourself down when you're like, okay, $1 a day, I'm investing into my business and into myself.
Right. Okay.
At leadership, one of our talks was how much money should you be investing in yourself in this business, right? We all have to grow. And that number was 5%. 5%.
Yep.
We should be putting into training and systems and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Something to grow us. I will throw out, I always say it doesn't take money to do this business. And this is definitely an investment that I'm going to be making. I think Debbie's jumping on.
Oh, yeah.
Be doing. But if it's something that is not feasible, and I say that because that's where I was when I started my business. There was no extra money that I could spend. Everything I was making, I needed. So I would challenge you to use your own Excel spreadsheet or the Excel spreadsheet we give you in Business Camp and utilize this system in that, right? You can log in for that 30-day free trial and, you know, export and add things to either spreadsheet and be able to have both and have Teamsy get you on that system so you see those contacts because the Excel spreadsheet through Business Camp gives you those call to actions.
Excellent.
So you can cycle through it and it's going to tell you what to do every day. But it's
and honestly, you know, I'm reminded of more and more that when we don't take the time or the money to invest in ourselves, that's really coming from a lacking attitude or mentality. Oh, I don't have, so therefore I can't. But in reality, you really can, you know, you really can. And it's saying a lot about yourself when you do take that. You value yourself. You value yourself to get the essential oils, to get into this, you know, lifestyle. You do value yourself. Don't let the little things manage your life. You know, you have so many other things that you have to do. This is like so small in comparison.
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Any other questions before we get off? I got a 12:30 Zoom I got to jump on.
All right, big shot.
It's the end of Emerge. All right, guys.
Are you gonna do a Zoom call on Emerge training so everyone knows like more about it? I mean, like I know there was one done already, but I mean, you are about to be done with it. You have excited me about it, and I would love to hear your own personal opinion, your own successes, your own growth from it, because I mean, yeah.
I would love to. I know everything that we're doing moving forward, me and Carmen want to incorporate this style into everything that we do because it's been so successful. When you open up the Empowered Success, you see this system. 80% of presidential diamonds who created that system have gone through this training and recommend it. So it works so well. It's not a sales training from your upline. It's not me saying this is what you need to do. It is a sales training from a sales professional from the customer's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
She is a doTERRA customer who's saying, no, just stop it. What are you doing? That's not effective. Because she left her first class overwhelmed with nothing but a bottle of Serenity and Deep Blue. And when her kid got sick next week, she didn't have what she needed. So I definitely would love to do that. I know she'll actually do that for the team as well. So it might be better coming right from her mouth. But we'll look into that. And again, if anybody's specifically looking for trainings or information on any of this stuff, of course, reach out. We'll make sure we hit all of those topics in upcoming trainings.
Can I say something really quick? So I know for a lot of you this doesn't matter quite yet, but in about a month or so you're going to be very, very happy that I told you this. Do you see this sunburn that I got? Okay. I literally, my pale butt was just outside like doing the pool. Okay. It couldn't have been more than 30 minutes. This was like purple yesterday. You guys, I couldn't even believe that happened. So you know what I did was actually I took blue tansy. I know you're probably like, what? I thought I was never going to use that oil. I took blue tansy and frankincense along with the anti-aging moisturizer. I just did like barely a drop of blue tansy, a full one of frankincense, and like some lotion, put it on my face, chest, and my shoulder. And this morning, Garrett was like, your sunburn is like 1,000 times better. Just saying. Okay. I've always been the lavender peppermint girl. And now I'm like, wow. And it didn't really stain my face blue, did it?
No. Why did you blue tansy?
Yeah. Blue tansy.
Why?
It's amazing for skin health.
Okay.
And I cannot stand geranium. I'm hoping that the new geranium is better in some facet. I remember that geranium cake at Gala last year.
Yeah, why? No, I don't like a mouthful of flowers. So anyway, I just wanted to share that as I'm like messing around with my sunburn that is not like purple.
So I was hiking the other day, Christy, and I had a shirt on, a V-neck shirt, and I looked in the mirror that night and I was like, oh my gosh, like we were in, Appalachian Mountains and not very sunny. Like it was sunny, but there were trees and,
Yeah.
and I got, same. So be careful, people.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
And happy birthday again.
Oh, thank you.
All right, I will have this recording up in a little bit.
Okay.
All righty.